Yeah, man. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Yeah, great. We've been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah.
Just routinely meeting up every Thursday just to geek out, and every session's been original and different from each other. I enjoy the diversity of just range that we convey in all these different episodes.
Yeah, man. Episode 20 now.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
20 episodes. I showed you the new logo I made.
I did. I love that, man. Alex, so cool, man.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun. Just give it a little personality. You know?
Man. Really funky kind of looking. Yeah, funky way of looking at it.
Yeah. So, so it's another day. Beautiful day here on Reel to Reel. Hanging out. You queued up. Is this Hustle and Flow?
Hustle and Flow.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of feeling this biopic mood because I've just been in the inspired along the way to pick up on the biographies and reading all that. So that just got me realizing I think biopics are just some of my all-time favorite movies. I love all kinds of biopics, and Hustle and Flow is a particularly great one that you actually you and Wendy recommended to me I can think of just a few years ago, back 2024 range.
Yeah.
I saw this. I instantly love this movie, and I think as years have passed, this is one of my favorite biopics.
Yeah, well, I think it's a fictional one, right?
I think it's a fictional one. I think you're right.
It's like a fictional, but I mean, as far as like the tone of like, I guess like a biopic would be. It's about like a guy who, obviously he wants to make it big with his music, you know, and his rap career. But he lives kind of like the slums. He's kind of slinging, you know, he's doing all the dirty work essentially that, you know, is kind of on the street level of things, and he's got no money and all these things, so like he's trying to find his opportunity of making his name out there, you know, and this film is so good. I mean, it's 2005, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember this movie came out, I watched it, and this is an MTV film too. MTV did a lot of like producing on features, so I was watching a lot of these movies that were coming out, but I love Terrence Howard. And the whole like gritty aesthetic to this film, along with like the drive of it, the motivation, the inspiration behind it, I think is really exciting. And I really loved how he makes his own stamp, and he does it like a DIY approach. And by the end of this film, he does get his name out there. And there's a little bit of a cost to it, but at the same time, he wins at the end. You know, like he's like, it's just like that. It is that hustle, man. That's that hustle throughout the whole film, and I think Ludacris is in this.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, I think he's like the rapper that comes in.
Yeah,
that's like the name, like the big rapper that he's and that whole sequence by the end of it is kind of, you feel bad for him, for this guy, for Terrence Howard too, because you know he thinks he's getting like a hookup of like him listening to his music, but then you hear him he's just like fuck you and your music, dude. He's like, and so it just becomes like a whole dramatic thing. It's a really big surrealism in this movie.
There it is.
Very good, man. I revisited it a couple years ago, and it was a fantastic watch, and definitely had to recommend it to you.
Definitely, man. I'm glad you did, man, because this is completely entertaining. I love the energy of this film, the way the characters are paced out. Like, this is just a really well written movie too, in every sense of the word. Like, all the scenes are just really entertaining. It's really like it's got a hypnotic way about it. So yeah. I've been itching to rewatch it again because it's just like as the years have passed, this movie just seems better.
I mean, I think it ages very well. There's kind of like that, I don't know, like there's just like a great all around, like it's a gritty aesthetic to the whole thing. I mean, dealing with some like some tough real scenarios that, you know, they're like his way of living is, and you know, like I think another element to this where the movie, it feels like it's like really hard the whole time, and especially because like it's like the summer heat, like he's always sweating, it's so hot outside and stuff like that, and I feel like that just adds another charm to his like his everyday life, like, you know, like what he has to do on a day-to-day basis, and what his surroundings are, you know. So it's like I don't know, and the music is really good in it. It's a great film, man.
Yeah, man, holds up great, man. Yeah, a lot of these films from like this era have in like what mid-2000s range. Yeah. It's like all these movies were made and like they were great, but then now just going back to them as a few decades have passed, their power is still there for these films. So yeah, this is like one. I've needed. I've always seen this one time, so I really needed this rewatch just to take all the details closer. But, man, I love this movie.
For sure.
This is held up great.
Yeah. How do you feel about Terrence Howard? Do you like him?
I like him a lot, man. For everything I've seen. I'm trying to remember what else I've seen with him. I'll pull up his list super fast.
I feel like he pops up in random stuff.
Yeah, I've seen him. I know I've seen him in quite a few. Yeah, there's this one. Oh yeah, he was in Prisoners. Yeah, I really like him as a side character in Prisoners a lot.
Yeah, he was in Prisoners.
Yeah, he was in Iron Man. He was in Crash. Yeah, he's in a lot of random stuff.
Crash.
That's right.
Crash is great with him.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I always felt bad for him. Well, I mean, I think there was drama what happened in Iron Man, but yeah, he was he played Rhodes in Iron Man, and he was going to be War Machine in the sequels. You know, like they basically set him up for War Machine because that's who Rhodes is in the comics and stuff. But I don't know the exact details, but I'm pretty sure it was something to do with money or something like that. Like he wasn't getting paid enough, or there was drama or something like that. But basically, they recast him. It's the same character, but totally recast. They got Don Cheadle as Rhodes and went on with War Machine. So Terrence Howard was in the first Iron Man as that character, but moving forward, that character turned Don Cheadle played that character.
Interesting,
so,
yeah. Yeah, so stories go sometimes. And Don Cheadle's a great actor, too.
Yeah, he is.
I've
grown to really like Don Cheadle over the years.
Really like him a lot. Yeah, I've always loved him from, like, Boogie Nights especially. But then, like, just seen him in other things like there's some movie called Hotel Rwanda I saw growing up. That was made in 2004 starring him, and he was great in that movie.
Okay.
It was based on a true story.
Have you ever seen The Family Man with Nicolas Cage?
I've heard all about that, but I've not seen it. I really want to.
Great movie.
That's I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a Christmas film too.
That's what's up.
It's set around Christmas, or there's a lot of elements in Christmas.
Is it kind of like a comedy drama type, or?
Mostly drama. I would say it's a much more of a drama film, but basically it's kind of like. Kind of a loose It's a Wonderful Life. But Don Cheadle plays like an angel, essentially. Basically what happens is like Nicolas Cage is he's kind of like this super rich, playboy kind of guy. He has like you can tell he's kind of really lonely. He's got like some issues going on, but like he's real cocky with his money and all this stuff. But he's I think it's like Christmas Eve or something. He goes out to the convenience store, and Don Cheadle is there robbing a guy at the convenience store, and Nicolas Cage kind of like de-escalates it, and he goes outside with them and stuff like that, and basically Don Cheadle I think he kind of gives off like a vibe he knows him or something, but anyways he wakes up the next day, and he wakes up in a house that he doesn't know, and he's got kids, and he's married to, I think it's Nicole Kidman in it. But he's married, and the Nicole Kidman, his wife basically is like, she was a former relationship. I think it's introduced like back then, like he had a relationship with her, but this is like an alternate timeline where he stayed with her and never left on the plane to go do his job, because once he left on that plane to go do the job, he became this rich, successful person, and he left all that behind, and he left her behind. So he wakes up in an alternate reality with all his memories and everything and who he is, but like he never left, so he stayed as a family man.
Dang.
And he's like total blue collar. He like works at like a tire shop, and like they don't have money, and he's just like trying to figure out this situation, like how did I get here, how do I get out of this, and like what's going on, and figure out. He spends like a whole year in that, and Don Cheadle pops up from time to time, basically kind of breaking it down for him and stuff like that. So it's really, really, really
interesting,
good, dude. Yeah,
dude. I really want to see that.
Very good. Highly recommend.
I'm very interested in that. Yeah, I've always heard that title. I've always been interested in that post. Like everything I've heard about it. So
yeah,
I got to give that a watch.
Real
soon.
humbling
Cool.
movie.
Cool. One of that's what's up. That's awesome. I'm curious to see Nicolas Cage in that kind of role too. That
it's great, man. It's not like he's a little bit more subtle. He's a little more subtle, and he's still
love that shade of him.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie.
That's what's up, dude. Super cool, dude. I was also looking at more Terrence Howard movies. You ever seen or heard of a movie called August Rush? Because I've never heard of it.
Oh, dude, you never seen that movie?
Never seen
That's
it.
a great film.
Need to.
Yeah,
is it right on?
Yeah, it's Robin Williams is in it.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Right on.
The kid that plays he grew up.
Freddie Highmore from Charlie and the Chocolate
Factory.
Yeah,
that's right.
That was Charlie. Yeah.
I saw that movie in my music appreciation class, like in high school or something like that. But basically, this kid, he's like a genius, or like a musically inclined genius or something like that. And Robin Williams, like takes him under his wing or something. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's really, really, really good. Like I remember, like it's very feel good. Robin Williams is great in it. I didn't remember that Terrence Howard was in it, but I get asked that movie a lot because when I introduce myself at work, people are like, "Have you ever seen the movie August Rush?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a great movie. I would like to revisit it, but yeah, it's worth watching, man.
Yeah,
very,
dude.
very,
Oh,
very musical, like musically." Throughout the whole film, and yeah, it's a cool film.
That's what's up. That's awesome, dude. Right on. Yeah, dude. Is there a lot of those movies where you bring up your name and people are like, "Oh, have you seen this or that?" Or
Mostly
that,
August Rush is the one.
That's the big one.
Everyone's always got something to say about my name, whether
Yeah,
it's like, what, I never heard that before, or like, that's were you born in August, or a lot of old people will joke with me. I'm like, hey, my name's August, be taking care of you. And they're like, oh, well, I'm September, and that's October. And that's
Jeez,
November.
I'm
like,
sure you get that. That's
my
why
whole life. My whole life.
I'm sure you do.
So, but yeah, there's not really a lot of movies that I think have August in it. There's a couple of movies out there named like just called August, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some other ones, but I know August Rush is kind of like the more popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few songs out there. I know there's a few bands out there that have the name in it. So yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, it's out there. That's what's up. Yeah, and I saw the movie True Romance. I think it was like by an August. The company was literally just called August.
Oh yeah,
that made it. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there you go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but the name Blake, I mostly just hear about that Key and Peele skit where they talk about Block Aaron. That's what everyone brings that up whenever.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like to call you Block A. I'm like, Block A.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's such a great skit. So I love that, dude.
Nice.
I mean, those are.
You said Key and Peele.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of Key and Peele. I never watched a ton of it.
I watched a lot of it. It was like a phase where I watched a lot of it. It was like around the early 2010s range. A lot of that humor holds up. I think I identify a lot with Peele's sense
I think
of
they're
humor.
funny, yeah. I watched like a few good skits that I thought were really entertaining. But
yeah, I just think it's really cool that Peele went on to just be such a great director.
Oh my god,
all
that's kind of like a left turn. You're
I
just
know.
Like, I remember seeing that Jordan Peele was directing, and Get Out was like phenomenal. I was like, oh my god, dude, like how's he? And then he just kept making bangers, and I was just like, that is kind of crazy.
I know.
Like, yeah, he had just like this little part of himself that no one ever knew about until he started making these movies.
Secretly like a genius director, and he just kind of brought it out with Get Out. And then it's like it went on to make Us and Nope, just amazing.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch Nope.
It's a great one. Holds up way better on rewatches.
I gotta rewatch it. Us is pretty good. I mean, the first time I watched it, I thought it was good. The second time I watched it, I thought it was okay. But then the third time I watched it, though, I was kind of back to being pretty good.
I'm nervous about rewatching that because that's like one of those where I really love like the first few acts, but I think the third act might have gone over my head or something.
It kind of goes a little...
Gets a little complex.
It gets a little complex by the end of it. But the
I don't
third
know if
act
it was
is
necessary.
It's like the big reveal of like what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things where it's like you can either lean into it or it's kind of like, okay, but
I'm gonna watch it again and maybe dictate that a little better, but I think right now it almost seems like I needed to take it a little more simple in a way. That's how I felt initially.
It's I guess it's one of those things where it's like, how do you explain this? But like the way, like I said, if you kind of lean into how it's unfolding and what the explanation of everything is, it kind of it's like a weird, it's almost like one of those things like, well, I guess the government would do some shit like that, or there would be some weird fucking thing out there that like that. It's a bizarre concept. I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, the first time I watched it, really good. I thought, because I saw it in theaters too, so I thought it was cool. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, yeah, I don't know, and I was like, it was all right. The third act kind of lost me again, but then the third time I watched it, I was kind of back to being like, this is a pretty good movie. I mean, in his filmography, it's not my favorite, but I would still watch it again. Like, it's still a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I would still watch it. Yeah, there were a lot of great elements in it.
Yeah,
I remember like the villains or whatever that bad guy was. That was actually really creepy. Like I remember doing a lot of it.
Yeah,
just a lot of the first two acts. It had a lot of suspense value to it.
Yeah,
that was really great. Great characters. And I remember correctly, there was like a good like carnival atmosphere to it all too.
For sure.
I remember a lot of that holds up pretty well in the imagination, but I just gotta almost assess maybe where a lot of the complexities are a little bit. Take all that in.
I'd be curious to hear what you think on your next time.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to pull that up soon and dictate. But Nope is one that really gets better on every rewatch. I think first time I saw it, I thought it was pretty good, but I was like, I didn't think it was like on the same level as Get Out. But
I was the same way.
Rewatching it a few times, I think it's actually my favorite one now. I think it's very like Steven Spielberg-esque, but like in a countryside kind of setting. It has that alien invasion feel, very suspenseful, but you really get to know all the characters too. And I just thought Peele found his own language with that movie entirely. That was really phenomenal.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch it again. First time I watched, I thought it was just, yeah, I thought it was good, but I didn't like, I think first time I watched Get Out, I was like shook. I was like,
Instantly
damn,
a favorite.
dude. Like, yeah, for real. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
really was like, wow, this is a genre-defining kind of film.
Seriously,
It felt like,
it was like a new kind of thing altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like a comedy, kind of a horror, kind of like a social commentary kind of movie. Like it's just all these things rolled into one. I mean, I saw it in theaters and thought that was a masterpiece.
Yeah,
I just wasn't expecting Peele to be this genius director, but
I know.
he just brought it out with that movie. Yeah, that was a game changer right there. Yeah, no, just reflecting on all the scenes, like kind of this balance of like a lot of like the Southern Gothic kind of atmosphere, just like kind of meeting these characters, all these awkward interactions with. Some of it was like really groundbreaking, like ethereal. Like I remember a lot of segments that could just kind of break the fourth wall and like literally takes him through different dimensions. Like all that was so well directed and well paced.
Yeah, it's a cool movie, man.
It's a really cool movie.
Every time I've seen it, I felt the same way. Very
Seriously,
good.
yeah,
So,
holds up every time.
yeah. Yeah, Jordan Peele. I don't know if he's got. I know he produced the recent movie, Him, I believe, but I don't know if he's got. I think he's got like another movie coming out next year. I just don't know what it is.
Sweet. Yeah, I haven't looked into what he's doing next. Yeah. I'm excited to see. Yeah, he's on a really exciting journey. It seems like.
Yeah. It seems like he's taking his time.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, probably wants every movie to be different from each other. I get the feeling he's one of those.
Yeah.
And I feel like when he made Us, like I get the feeling he was just really fresh on the Get Out phase, and then I think Nope was. I get the feeling he wants to slow down a little bit more, just really breathe in what he wants to do exactly with his projects.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's a great one, dude. Yeah, his arc is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing the comedian kind of turn like intense director type. That's a really cool arc.
Well, that's like Zach Gregor's with Barbarian and Weapons. He was in. I think he was in The Wise Kids You Know.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, he had a totally different background.
His whole background is comedy.
That's crazy,
and,
dude.
Skits. And
You would
YouTube.
never guess it based off those movies. Wow.
And then all of a sudden he just comes out as a fucking banger horror director. Like, I mean,
That's
insane.
crazy, dude.
The trailer for his Resident Evil movie just came out today.
Shit.
Yeah.
I gotta say, wow, that's cool.
I thought it was alright. I mean, it looks good. I don't know. I'm like weird with Zach Gregor now, though. Like, for some reason, like, I don't know. I don't want to hate on him because I don't. Like, I really don't. I think he's a great director. Barbarian really rocked my world.
Yeah,
man.
dude, I love that movie.
That was an awesome movie. I just think Weapons was like okay.
Yeah.
Like, Weapons was like it's a good movie, but I think there was like so much overhype on it that it got me kind of rubbed against it. I was like,
that'll do it. Yeah, I kind of can't stand hearing overhype for like movies that are like that. 'Cause it's like sometimes they're great and they can have their own charm, but yeah, if everyone just gives it that overhype, it kind of kills the momentum.
Yeah,
in a
like,
weird way.
For some reason now I'm kind of like my instant reaction is like, well, I don't want to watch his movie because I'm like it was overhyped or something like that. But I'm like no, I want to watch his stuff. Like especially.
Yeah.
Like, I want to definitely revisit Barbarian at some
Me
point.
too. Yeah, that was a great one.
But Weapons, I'm kind of just like, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like, I mean, that summer I watched Weapons in theaters, and I also watched Bring Her Back,
Mm-hmm.
and I was still to this day think Bring Her Back is a better horror film.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that movie.
it was so good, dude. Especially when you're talking about trauma and grief and all these different elements like that, I think Weapons was trying to incorporate. Bring Her Back did something really groundbreaking.
That one was
in my opinion.
That one was really groundbreaking.
But yeah, I'm sure the Resident Evil movie will be fun. It looks fun. I think he's a great director. Like I said, it looks grounded, which is cool.
Yeah.
I like grounded stuff. So definitely interested to see what he brings to the table on
Yeah,
that. But
dude.
also, like,
It's tough to do video game adaptations.
that's the thing.
Uniquely tough.
Absolutely. And with Resident Evil, I'm not like the biggest Resident Evil fan either, so it's kind of it's easier for me to kind of look at it not in a nonchalant way. I'm almost looking at it just as a horror film, not a video game movie. I know there's a lot of people who love Resident Evil, so I'm like, I hope they get their justice with it, So I hope it's good for them. They've been trying to make Resident Evil movies like left and right, and they just I don't know. I never saw any of the series with what's her name, Mila. I can't remember. I can never say her name right. Anyways,
Kate Bensett, cool?
No,
Or no,
that's
something else.
Underworld.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me see.
Mila Jova.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying though.
I can't say her name.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah,
Mila Jovovich. Yeah, she was in Dazed and Confused also.
Yeah, she was.
I love her bit in Dazed and
which
Confused.
I finally finished, by the way, from the
nice.
last 2 episodes I've been talking about.
Such a masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good.
Just a great hangout spirit all around.
Great hangout. And what I liked about that ending of the movie was that it, everyone kind of gets their own just way about going forward. It's not, like that one guy, that Adam
Goldberg.
Adam Goldberg. I think I was resonating with him particularly in some moments because he just kind of has this whole like coming to terms of like, man, I don't want to be put in a box and I don't want to do what I've been kind of mapped out to do my whole life. I kind of want to just do,
Like he's like, he wants to be like a dancer and stuff.
He's like, I want to do what I want to do, or I want to take chances. And he's like, and then we get in that little altercation at the party. He walks away from it. He could have walked away, just kind of clean, like not getting back into it. But he kind of is like, no, I don't want this to be the moment that I took shit. I want to even. Yeah, if I get my ass kicked, I want to say that I fought for myself or something. Yeah, and like he does, he gets his ass kicked.
He does, yeah.
And but it's kind of just by the end of it, he's kind of like he's all right with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I really like
cool arc.
Yeah, the whole arc of everyone's little journey there.
It's like he just like almost like first and foremost, he just needs to kind of stand his ground in a place, whatever cost. It doesn't even matter to him.
Right.
Just he needs that validation to stand out.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a cool hangout movie, man.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, so
great way of putting it. Yeah, that whole final shot of just them driving in the car, it really just has this kind of all is well kind of feeling about it that's unique. It's great.
It's all gonna be good.
It's all gonna be good for these guys. Yep, we're all right here.
Yeah. So
yeah, I love that. That's a great movie.
But. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but she was in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah. We're just going there. Yeah, in general. Why do we bring her up?
Resident Evil. I never saw any of those movies. They made like 7 of them.
They did, didn't they?
They made like a lot of them. I want to watch them though because there's 7 of them. There's a lot of them. So I'm like, well, obviously there's like they're kind of there has to be some fun,
There got to be something
to make
to it.
A total series.
Yeah,
just kind of like the Underworld series. I never seen any.
I haven't seen any of
those.
I'd be interested.
And I'm curious about that one too because. It's like vampires and werewolves and, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, well, there's like, even if it's a little campy, it's kind of fun. If it's kind of like high-stake thriller, with like mythical creatures, I like that. And Resident Evil, it's kind of all zombies and monsters and stuff. But I'm just curious to see how that series went. But they tried making like a couple more, I think, afterwards that were just I don't think they did anything. I think they bombed pretty bad, but yeah, hopefully this one goes well. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's hoping, man. Yeah, I'll be really curious to hear about that. Maybe check it out. Some interesting game adaptations from the past that would be interesting to see revived. Did you see the Lara Croft Tomb Raider movies?
Yeah, I saw those growing up.
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty good.
I think they're pretty good too, yeah.
Especially in the time frame. The early 2000s, like 2003, I think it was.
They kind of had like an Indiana Jones kind of feel to them.
Yeah, and Angelina Jolie's a pretty good Lara Croft.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's, she looks good doing it. It's a kind of like that 2000s kind of action adventure type film.
Yeah.
I don't remember them being groundbreaking. They're probably not. I don't even know if they hold up as well now.
That's what I'm almost afraid to revisit.
Yeah,
I almost want the mystique value.
Yeah, exactly.
Those viewings at the time kind of left on me. Yeah, this is like sometimes those movies when you're younger, it's like they sometimes just have an appeal that they just may not click the same way now. Like I get that way with like Alien versus Predator too. I'm really nervous I could lose them. I kind of like that movie when I look back on it. But I fear maybe it really wasn't that good of a movie or something.
I watched it a few years ago. In the last maybe 4 or 5 years or something, but I still thought it was fun. It's not like, don't go into it looking at as if it's going to be like a.
It's not like Alien Romulus.
Exactly, Alien Romulus or something like that, or a quality of that kind of tier of a movie. It's if you're looking at just to be like I want to watch Aliens versus Predators. It's pretty good.
I just want to watch them. Yeah, in the caves, just trying to kick each other's asses.
It does feel like. There's a lot of tension underneath that pyramid when they're down there trapped. There's a lot of like claustrophobia and tension, and it's
like
kind of horrifying.
Stuck in a cave,
yeah. So, I thought it was pretty good still as overall these
Yeah,
years,
seriously.
you know?
And it's crazy because now it's like, I mean, I guess since the last time I saw it, I played a lot of like fighting games, you know, like Mortal Kombat type of stuff. And I wonder if that
Yeah.
movie might have a similar kind of like atmosphere, or wonder if it had some influence from all those fighting games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe. I
Yeah,
mean,
it feels a little bit like that.
yeah, it kind of feels arcade-ish, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a great tone, and that's a director we were talking about earlier that I think really has an arcade tone is John Carpenter. I feel like his movies strangely get across this kind of arcade type, very 80s kind of feel all around.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about, I think, yeah, he seems like I could see him being one of your biggest influences still yet to this day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I've quoted him many times throughout my 10 years here as my favorite director and what I want strange films to kind of have as far as like shades of, you know, like what some of my inspirations of, you know, that like my film Passenger, I definitely wanted John Carpenter to have vibes with it. You know, I would say a lot of my Mystique, like with He Comes to Kill, especially, you know, that was big John Carpenter.
Oh, I can see all that, dude. That makes
sense. A lot of stuff. I think I'm thinking, like, especially when I revisit his movies or watch one of his movies for the first time, I'm like, oh yeah, man. There's either an aesthetic value to it or like a grounded kind of look at the whole thing that just kind of makes me want to, you know, jump into. But yeah, I definitely think he's still one of my biggest inspirations for sure.
That's what's up, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And his music, man. I mean, his music is kind of where I really always try to get my score to be like, you know, something.
Best guy to look up to, man. Yeah, it's so cool. He does all of his own scores and everything.
Yeah.
We're talking about, it's kind of cool how nowadays it seems like he just kind of like lives in everything he's done. Just ends up having the space to just play a bunch of games. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been
a
quoted. He just likes to play video games and smoke weed.
That's the best, dude. That's a dream life right there.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
That's
so
pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 80-something years old
he's
now
old,
too.
Man.
So he's, I don't blame him. All he wants to do is hang out.
Seriously,
I mean, he's an iconic force, you know, in horror and in films. So
he's made his legacy. It's like, yeah. It's like when you get that far into it, you might as well just live in it.
Yeah, there's a rumor. I don't know if it got confirmed or not. I think he talked about it at a convention recently, but I think it. I don't know if it's getting pushed forward now, but The Thing 2 is getting made, I believe.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, he's
sweet.
coming back as a producer.
No
for
kidding.
It. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I love that movie.
I got to rewatch that one, man. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, that's just like, I feel like that's one of his ultimate masterpieces.
Yeah.
Maybe probably my favorite one. I love that movie. Kind of reminds me a lot of the formula and structure of Alien, the first Alien.
Yeah.
It has kind of like an Antarctica kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Atmospheric as it gets. And I mean, it's really cool that Ennio Morricone, who did the Good, the Bad, the Ugly soundtracks, did the soundtrack.
Oh, cool.
Totally different kind of music like than he ever did before. Kind of more of a minimalist in this case.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. And all the characters are phenomenal, man. Like just Kurt Russell and everybody just kind of just really facing a lot of intense conflict because they're really like kind of facing this like almost a Clue-like scenario of just like, well, they're like, where's the bad guy at? Like, you know, practically an invisible force. So they're like really just at high stakes. They're getting paranoid at each other, basically, like thinking that, you know, one of them's going to betray each other. One of them's possessed by this monster. Like it's intense, intensely high stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that holds up great on rewatches.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Reminds me a lot of one I'm rewatching right now is Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight. It reminds me a lot of that too, in a way.
I hear ya.
Kind of just isolated in a snowy atmosphere. And characters just kind of bickering. I guess you just kind of start breaking. Everyone kind of heads a mental breakdown at a certain point, just being stranded out in the middle of a cold atmosphere like that. Yeah, and it explores everything about it. Really, very suspenseful.
Yeah, the Hateful Eight, man. I'll have to revisit again at some point. That was kind of. I felt like I liked it, but for some reason, kind of felt like a chore to get through. Also,
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
dude. There's a lot to take in with that one, and I've always loved that one. I think I like that one better with rewatches and age. I think a lot of those details. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is just a real slow burner. And it's a pretty unique moment in Tarantino's filmography. Totally different kind of western than Django Unchained because this one's kind of like almost like pulling out his Reservoir Dogs roots, but kind of making it a giant epic out of it. Basically, I mean, it's like it takes about an hour to even like get to the cabin. I mean, like a lot of the first hours, just characters just kind of on their way and just kind of having monologues.
Right.
It's just a bunch of conversation.
Did you watch that that version they did on Netflix. It was like 4 parts or something.
I
like
did,
that.
and in fact, I was lucky to have caught that in theaters. They
really?
showed that in theaters, I think, uniquely whenever I saw it.
Yeah,
so
what was the difference between that and the regular movie?
just more character scenes, really.
Oh,
It just
okay.
fleshes out the characters a lot more. It's about, I think, about 20, 25 extra minutes of maybe a little more than that.
Yeah.
It's just more character beats, really.
Yeah.
Nothing terribly new as far as the overall story progression goes. It's pretty much the beats you already know, but just more, basically. More extended scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, more slow paced.
That's so much dialogue, dude. I'm like
It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's Tarantino's thing. Yeah, he really likes to slow things down, and just get the gist of characters, just in intense conversations generally, and even or like the laid back shades of intense scenarios, you could say. Which is, I guess, like, because what was your first Tarantino movie? Was it Pulp Fiction?
Reservoir Dogs,
Reservoir Dogs.
actually.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically my first one too, but Pulp Fiction I think was really my gateway to really getting obsessed with
I think it was Reservoir Dogs and then Pulp Fiction, and both of those movies really like rocked my world. Because I was really like 18, 19 years old when I watched them. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I watched Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, it's a great one.
And then I think I watched, I want to say Django Unchained, and then Inglourious Bastards. I mean, it was only recently I watched Jackie Brown.
Yeah. Still my favorite one.
Yeah, Jackie Brown is, man. That
You just
movie
can't
is
beat it.
That's a great movie.
It's it's just so unique in Tarantino's filmography. It's like a more subtle kind of crime movie than anything else he made.
I think I like more of the subtleness, man.
Me too.
I mean, there's
I
like,
increasingly feel that way.
yeah,
I'm
it's
right
like,
with you.
yeah. I kind of there's just something about spending time with these characters and kind of really feeling the emotions of things, and you know, there's almost like a big heart value to the whole thing.
Yeah,
you
it's
know, even
kind of
though-
sentimental.
Yeah,
So in a kind of way. Yeah, you really care about all the characters, and I don't know. It's like the way he paces it out. It just it feels like a quieter tone than anything else he had. And even though I love his whole filmography, I almost wish he would make more like that in a way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, he got something really cool. Just kind of almost like recreating the '70s in his own kind of 90s sort of way. And there's so much attention to detail in all the characters, like the crime they're getting into. There's literally just so much to it, dude. I mean, that movie just takes its time.
It's got a great cast too.
Seriously,
man. Yeah, it was
perfect cast.
That was an awesome watch.
It's an awesome movie. It's just so many timeless scenes on that.
Yeah, for sure.
So many great characters.
So, yeah. But he's a. I know. Like, I still haven't seen Kill Bill Volume 2.
Great one.
Yeah.
So different than the first. It's like more of a Western.
And then I know he wrote True Romance, but I haven't. He didn't direct it, but I need to watch that one still.
Recommend it strongly. I kind of just get this striking feeling that would be one of your favorite movies.
Yeah. I watched like the ending of it or something at your place. Like when me and Wendy came back to your place at some
That's
point.
right. Yeah, I was watching it one time.
Yeah, and what I watched was awesome. You know, so
it's just like it just feels like a greatest hits of just many perfect scenes. There's a lot of masterpieces in that and moments in that movie.
We were talking the other day at the diner when I saw you. That Tony Scott.
Tony Scott.
That,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh,
he's not the best director. Like, I'll admit the directing really technically is not really that great. It's just that in that movie I think he just got the right cast of characters and the right writer of Quentin Tarantino. I think just having the writing and character force just kind of more than makes up for it for the lack of perfect directing. But the energy's there. The movie's there.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Do you know why Tarantino didn't direct it?
I think he was just really consumed with Pulp Fiction at the time.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it was. I think he was really. I think that was like his favorite screenplay he wrote. But then I think he just. I think it was just that or Pulp Fiction, and he chose making Pulp Fiction still yet. But might have still been a little insecure about it in a way.
Maybe.
So,
yeah.
I think
that's interesting.
it is interesting.
I wonder how it would have been if he directed it.
I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more popular.
Yeah.
I think that's like I think it definitely would have been better because I think Tarantino's directing is just kind of on another level as far as like making it feel really gritty and personal. Like it feels like you're like uncomfortably close up on things, and Tarantino just has a way of making that work. While I think Tony Scott almost seems like he's too detached in a weird kind of way.
I can see that.
He almost doesn't seem like he's fully with the story exactly. He's just like, all right, I have the pieces. Let's just film this damn thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get the feeling. It didn't feel as passionate in the directing.
Yeah.
Like Tarantino's.
I can see that. Yeah. I mean, Man on Fire and Deja Vu. We talked about that. We talked about those films on here. But he did those, right? Yeah.
Yep, he sure did.
Yeah. So both good movies. But I don't think they're perfect movies.
They're
and
not
I think
perfect.
they're stylized pretty heavily, so it's just one of those things that kind of makes me feel a little detached as a viewer.
Yeah,
but,
he's got a rawness about him. I
yeah,
like, but those
yeah.
movies are not like what I call well directed. I think I love them. It's almost like I love them for different reasons. In a way,
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
I've not seen Deja Vu, but with Man on Fire's case,
Yeah, and I do think I like Deja Vu a little bit better than Man on Fire.
Really
But I
wanna see
think
it.
just really the thing that makes me love both those movies is Denzel Washington.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, I mean, I think if Denzel wasn't in it,
one of the best actors
it
of
may
all
not
time.
have been as powerful. You know,
Yeah,
but
he
you know,
makes it.
Denzel's a selling. I mean, he's a force in any capacity that he's in any movie. So
It's one of the best of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's so great. Yeah, and after just watching all his newer stuff of his like Flight, I saw for the first time
Yeah.
recently, Philadelphia. It's like, God damn, he's such a great actor.
I gotta watch Philadelphia again.
Right,
But Flight
yeah.
was so good. I've
Dude,
seen that like 4 times now.
I want to rewatch both of those. Take them in closer because those
Yeah.
are like well written movies. I mean, just great character pieces all around.
Yeah.
So. I've only seen them once, so
Mhm.
I just want to spend more time with both of those movies.
For sure.
Just always more Denzel Washington. I feel like I need to see in general. Like I'd like to go back and rewatch Training Day. I think that's one of my favorites he did.
That movie is like I've seen it about 3 times now.
I got so many times I've seen it too.
Yeah, and every time I watch it, it's always so good, but it's kind of rough to sit through. It's
It is
kinda,
a lot.
It's kind of hard to watch.
It is difficult,
Mhm.
dude. No, it's very challenging. It's very demanding in a way. I don't know,
Mhm.
kind of sad and tragic in its
Yeah,
own right.
it
too.
is. It's very like sad throughout the whole film. I mean,
Just
you
gritty.
kind of feel bad for Ethan Hawke the whole ride.
No, he's kind of a
and
victim in all this.
Yeah,
he's
and
just-
then,
he's stuck in it.
with Denzel, the more you see of his personal life too, you're just kind of
He's
like,
crooked, man.
yeah, you're just like, dude, you are just rotten
Ooh, he's
to the
rotten.
core,
Yeah,
man.
he's
You're
really-
just,
He's
it's
really
just-
gonna he doesn't give a shit about abusing people whatsoever,
Yeah,
man.
and
You
it's
can just
like-
tell how much he's just on a power trip and everything.
Yeah,
he's
it's
he's
just
cr-
a rough ride all the
he's
way
just
through.
crazy, dude.
Mhm.
Just unique, just absolutely crazy.
Do you know who the director of that one was?
Oh gosh, that's bugging me. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I didn't know if he did anything else that was.
I'm trying to. I think that was a one-hit wonder, but let me just check that to be completely sure. Yeah, Anthony. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was. He actually did that new Michael Jackson movie. That's like the other big
interesting.
thing.
I do want to watch that.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it, and I think that's probably revived a lot of popularity on the biopic genre. Yeah, no, that's kind of what's one of the. It looks like that's
Yeah.
about the only other big thing he's done. Other than that, I don't recognize anything else in his filmography.
Yeah.
The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal, he did that one.
Oh, I saw that one.
How was that?
I think that's one where he's a 911 operator.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it's pretty good.
Really?
I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's a very minimal film. He's basically a 911 operator, and he's on the phone the whole time, talking to this person who is going through a distressed situation, and he's basically trying to figure out how to help her without losing the connection, I think.
Mhm.
But it's just, I think it's the same thing as Jake Gyllenhaal sells the movie. You know,
He's one
it's
of the
like
best
you can't
actors.
really deny the man's presence.
He's
So it's
always
like,
he always makes his movies great, man.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Jake Gyllenhaal movie that's been bad. Actually, when I look at his filmography, I think every single one has been a great one I've seen.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal actor all around. Like he
100%.
did a movie.
Still a lot more I need to see too.
Yeah. He did a movie like for Netflix a few years ago. He was like a painter, or like he works in like an art museum or something like that.
Oh,
and
that sounds familiar.
And the paintings are like haunted or something like that.
That sounds so damn familiar.
The movie itself was not that great, I think, because I think I watched the movie, but I don't think it was. I think it was just okay. But Jake Gyllenhaal again is just like, well, I'm watching it for this guy, man. He really just makes it. He at least gives it another star.
Yeah,
know,
no,
because,
honestly,
because Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I think it was a show. Was it maybe a show?
I don't know. I thought it was a movie.
I like
thought it was a feature film.
I don't see. Yeah,
I'd
maybe.
have to-
Yeah,
I'd have to
I like loosely remember what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it
but
came out like real early. I mean, 2017 or 18, something like
okay,
that.
okay. Let's see here.
But it was like a Netflix original, I'm pretty sure. Jake
yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
let's see. Yeah, he's a great actor. Just one of
Yeah.
the best all around.
And I'm looking at his filmography. I never saw. Well, I've seen Brokeback. No, I haven't seen Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I know I want to watch it because of him and Heath Ledger. And then I was going to say Donnie Darko. That's what I was looking at.
Oh yeah, I love Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
That's one of my
I really
favorites.
need to rewatch that one.
I need to. I think about that one a lot nowadays.
Yeah.
That one actually ages really well because I know that was very David Lynch influenced, but kind of like more of like a high school kind of atmosphere.
Mhm.
But he was great in that movie. I love the slow burner. Maybe it was the movie you're talking about. Maybe The Covenant.
I don't know. I'm looking through it. I'm just looking.
Yeah,
through these.
that was a Netflix movie.
Oh, The Covenant. No, that looks like a war movie.
Yeah, I don't know anything
Covenant?
about it. Yeah.
Oh, it's this. It's Velvet Underground. Or no, Velvet Buzzsaw. I'm sorry. Velvet Buzzsaw.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that one.
2019. Velvet
That's
Buzzsaw.
right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
I thought it was okay, but it was really long too. But
Yeah.
but he did a good job in it. Yeah.
That's right, Dan. I was from the director of Nightcrawler. Okay, that was
Oh, was
called
it?
Nightcrawler.
Okay,
I
okay.
remember hearing all about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember hearing it was just okay.
Yeah. I thought it was all right.
I heard weird things about that one.
Yeah, it was odd. It was odd. Oh yeah, Day After Tomorrow. Have you seen that movie?
I did. I saw that growing
It's
up.
a pretty
dude.
good movie.
I like that one just fine. Yeah, it was a pretty good disaster movie.
Yeah, I love disaster movies.
I
man.
did too, man. I thought that was a really good one. Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
like a big apocalyptic scenario. And I just remember Gyllenhaal just kind of being stranded in a room with a bunch of
Yeah.
other people. I don't remember a lot of details, but I think I watched that about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
at the
he's
time
like
it was released.
he's like in New York or something, and they
Yeah.
all get stuck in like a building because it's like fucking Antarctica outside, you know.
Yep.
and they're just trying to figure out what to do.
I think that's probably my favorite movie that director Roland Emmerich made. I mean, he was known for making just pretty much totally only disaster
Oh,
movies.
really?
He also did Independence Day. Did you see that?
Oh
with Will
yeah,
Smith?
Independence Day is great.
Yeah, I really like that one a
I
lot.
grew up watching that. 2012.
Yeah, he did 2012 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a lot of.
Oh, he did the Godzilla, the '90s Godzilla.
Yep,
movie?
he sure did.
Oh,
I need to actually
did
see
you
all
see
of
that movie?
I've seen like little bits of it. Not all of it.
everyone hates that movie,
Matthew-
but
yeah,
I don't mind it. I
Right
think it's
on.
kind of fun.
Right
dude.
on. I want to
mean,
see it now that I've seen all these other Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick's an awesome lead. So-
Yeah, absolutely.
I really like
And
Matthew
my
Broderick.
thing is like, it's because it's if you're looking at it as a Godzilla film, like because I'm on Godzilla Reddit all the time and people talk shit about that movie so
Shit,
much.
it does get
because-
a lot of shit.
Yeah, but like at the same time, dude. I mean, I'm a '90s kid, so like. I loved Godzilla growing up, so when I saw it, I was like, "This is amazing," you know. And looking back at it, it's definitely a '90s kind of cheeky, film. But if you're looking at it as just like a monster named Godzilla, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
and
dude.
like, and I don't know. I think it's fun. Like, it's not like it's not a great movie by all means, but it's pretty fun.
Right
and
on.
I like that movie. So
I want to see that, dude.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, there's a lot of movies from the '90s that I think. Yeah, and I think I realized I'm also just like a big '90s person as well, so I think I get into that stuff. And a lot of that stuff seems just underrated. Like, I'll say another movie I think is underrated still yet is The Phantom Menace, dude. I'm kind of obsessed with how much I love Phantom Menace.
Dude.
I
Phantom
don't have
Menace is awesome.
I don't have a single problem with that movie. Like, it gets so much shit.
Phantom
Dude.
Menace is great,
Like,
man.
why,
There's,
dude?
like,
That's kind of its own masterpiece.
it's I agree, man. And there's like a great rawness to the lightsaber duels, man.
Agreed.
Like
Some
the
of the best battle
choreography
sequences.
is so good,
Dude.
Darth Maul is menacing.
He is, dude.
He's scary.
He really is a scary villain.
Yeah, and like
he's not in it that much either, which really makes him all the more intimidating.
Yeah.
So it's like when he's there, wow, he's loud.
Absolutely. He like that whole last sequence is intense with him and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, dude. Like, it is intense.
Stakes are so high.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, like it's a lot going on in that film, and it's big soap opera. So it's like if you don't like that, you know, then I can see where you get a little exhausted with the whole thing. Because I mean, even with the stuff with Padme and Anakin can be a little cheeky and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's just
It's
like
part of the story. I don't know. I kind of like the
it's
balance.
part of the story.
It's like it's the light side of a dark story. you know?
Yeah.
Like you're in the beginning origins of a dark story. Like, yeah, and like all the racing scenes.
the
pod
racing,
scenes,
yeah,
amazing.
dude, that whole sequence is awesome. You know, the whole like Obi-Wan trying to like he can't put his finger on it, but he's like, I don't think this is a good idea. The whole movie because Qui-Gon's like, no, we're gonna take, you know, the Padawan. We're gonna take, you know, Anakin. I think he's chosen for this, you know. And Obi-Wan's just kind of like, I don't know, Master. You know, like I don't really know. And you know, but like. And he accepts that responsibility at the end. He's like, I'm going to train him, you know, because that's what Qui-Gon wanted me to do. And so, like, I don't know. I guess moving forward with the sequels, like, Attack of the Clones, I think, is my least favorite.
Probably me too.
It's not bad. Again, there's a lot going on in it. I just like all the characters that are in it, though.
Same.
Like, I really loved, what's his name? Is it Dooku?
Count Dooku,
Yeah,
yes.
Count Dooku is in it.
Christopher Lee,
I really
yeah, so
love
great.
Jango Fett. And I
Seriously.
really love the whole like just attack at the end with it's like a big war going
Yeah.
on, man. All the Jedis are coming out, dude. I mean, it's a spectacle. Like
It's well paced.
all these movies are great spectacles.
They are. I just think a lot of it really feels like it's in a way maybe building up to the brilliance of Revenge of the Sith.
Exactly,
In
and
its own kind of way.
that's
the
where I want to lead off on, man,
Yep,
because
that's the masterpiece.
that one is the one where say what you want about the prequel trilogy, but
Dude.
Revenge of the Sith is the shit.
That
dude.
movie is the shit.
It
yeah.
is absolutely awesome.
Like it just may be my. I know Empire Strikes Back probably actually wins, but that just may be my favorite one. Revenge of the Sith is up there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I just have so many memories of that movie.
Me too. I saw it in theaters, man. I saw it multiple times. I had video games of the Revenge
I did
of the
too,
Sith, dude.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, I tried. Me and my brother would always like recreate like the fight scenes and stuff like that. But I mean, that movie is like it's arguably also like the darkest film of the.
Yeah, it is dark.
And like that, I mean,
dark
the stakes are so high at the end, dude. It's just like that. It's just like, gosh, man, there's a lot of chills going on when you're just like watching them duel.
It's heartbreaking too.
It's very heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm with you. I used to I remember buying a lightsaber just like that. After that, me and my neighbors, we would do it all the time. That whole summer, we were just kind of getting into lightsaber duels.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
And man, he was Hayden Christian.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome as that version of Anakin. Dude.
Seriously,
he's so good.
It's like such a great transition. It's like really from like when he's a kid, it's like wow, he's like a good kid in the Phantom Menace, and then it's like wow, he turns into a monster.
The Clone Wars is like the second. He's battling that dark and light side of him. He's like, I don't know what to do. But that third sequence or that third movie right at the beginning where he basically kills Count Dooku.
Yep.
Like he assassinates right in the beginning. It's just like, oh boy, we are not in for a good ride with him. He goes dark, man. He goes real dark. But yeah, it's a great film. Love that movie. Yeah, I think obviously the original trilogy came out before us. So all like people older than us were growing up seeing those movies, and so there's always like people, that's the best. No, it's like, well, George Lucas still had his hands on all of it, so it's like, so Revenge of the Sith in modern tense and looking at the whole scope of everything, especially after what happened in the original trilogy, is like it's pretty awesome, dude. I mean, it's amazing. Really great. Yeah,
I think it holds up great. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, I think like we grew up on those movies just like that. People of previous generations grew up with the originals, and I'm like, the new one's just it's got its own mark.
Yeah.
This is great.
Empire Strikes Back though is pretty amazing.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. It's pretty tough to beat that one.
Yeah.
I think in actuality, that's probably technically still the best one.
And
I mean, because that's like the darkest one. I mean, that's the dark transition it goes through, and it's just so complete from start to finish. You got like Luke Skywalker just kind of going through all this, and like just getting trained by Yoda. Like you get all those scenes.
Pretty cool.
Are amazing. Just the set design of that movie is just some of the greatest of all time. I mean, they're just building up to just the ending and just like the showdown. You find out his dad really is one of the best twists in movie history.
Terrifying too at the end there, just like him just fighting and getting that revelation too. It's just like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Menacing stuff. Yeah, man, that's a great stuff right there. And yeah, I think that's just that, man. I think Star Wars is just one of the most popular franchises of all time. So I think there's just inevitably like a lot of people are going to look at the prequels and think, oh, it's not like the old ones.
Right.
Almost. But I'm like, well, it's not trying to be like the old. It's trying to be its own thing, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to be different.
I like Star Wars, but I'm not a huge Star Wars.
I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm a big Star Wars nerd. I'm not obsessive about it. I'm not obsessive about it. I'm like, to me, it's a great pop cultural influence. I love the movies. I really love them. But I'm not obsessed with them.
I'm not either.
I'm not obsessed with the same
I had
level.
some buddies that were really obsessed with Star Wars back in the day, and I just never got that hype.
I was never that diehard about it.
I like it. I think it's great, and they're fun to revisit from time to time, but I'm not obsessed with Star Wars. I get excited when new Star Wars stuff is coming out or the idea of stuff coming out, but I'm not like crazy.
It's not on the same level like some of my favorite directors. I get obsessive with some of my favorite directors, and in Star Wars, I never felt obsessive with that. I was like, all right, I'm kind of just having a great time with Star Wars. Star Wars to me is just a great time.
It's kind of a casual thing for me.
Exactly the same.
I almost now though, as I'm older, I really think I gravitate towards something more like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Me too. I prefer Lord of the Rings trilogy. And Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, of course. I think like a superhero trilogy over the.
I do prefer those
Star Wars
because they seem technically a little bit maybe more impressive to me. I think Lord of the Rings trilogy is almost a little bit more impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that to me, just like I think that actually gets better with age, just because I think I just more and more appreciate how impossible that seems to be made. Like I was considered like the most impossible thing of all time to make it, and I mean just the fact they did it and they made it that masterful. That magic's never gonna wear off. That's never gonna get old. I mean,
it feels very timeless too. Like
the epitome of timeless.
I just found Fellowship of the Ring on VHS for 50 cents
You
yesterday.
serious?
Yeah. It's like great condition.
God,
I was
seriously?
like, oh, dude,
That's
I have a
amazing.
big VHS collection I'm trying to build up for my movie room.
I bet that one takes 2 tapes, doesn't it?
It actually was one. It
Really?
was one tape.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I found
Very
I
surprised.
found Jurassic Park: The Lost World too.
Whoa! I remember owning that.
And
on
that had
VHS.
2 tapes though for some reason.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
That's like a 2.5-hour movie though.
Yeah, dude.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know why I had 2 tapes. I'm like, okay, but
The one I
I
remember
found a
having.
bunch of great VHS yesterday, dude. I
Dude,
found.
were you at a yard sale or something?
I went to a thrift store and they just had a bunch of VHS for 50 cents each,
Damn.
and I found Lord of the Rings, Rush Hour 2.
Shit, yeah. Rush Hour.
I found 13 Ghosts, Signs.
Man, all those movies I need to see. I
Yeah.
need to watch Signs.
Have you seen Signs?
I saw it when I was like a kid. I don't
Yeah.
remember anything about that. movie.
I
It's like I'm not in a position to talk about it really. So
Yeah.
I actually don't remember much about it. I think I'd like it a lot now, honestly. I think I'd probably like it better now than I did at the time.
I saw it once.
'Cause I didn't know who
maybe-
Joaquin Phoenix was. I didn't really.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what was going on.
Pretty
with
good
it
cast,
Yeah, at the
yeah.
time.
I saw it once like a few years ago, like maybe 7-8 years ago or something like that, and it was better than I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good.
It seems like a great scenario.
Yeah.
Pretty like the farm atmosphere seems creepy.
It's pretty creepy.
like
yeah.
communicating with like aliens, kind of communicating basically.
Very eerie. Yeah.
The other thing, my favorite Shyamalan movie nowadays is probably The Village. I forgot if you've
I
seen that
need to
one.
revisit. I need to watch that entirely.
That'd
I've
be-
only seen the first like half of it, and
Recommended.
I know like the concept and everything. But from what I watched, for the first half was really really good.
Pretty
I
damn
was
great
really
horror.
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty damn horrifying in
Yeah.
its own right.
Yeah.
Like a lot of jump scares, even like it kind of gets you in a
cool.
psychological sense. Like Joaquin Phoenix is great in that. Adrian Brody's great. It's,
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah. I
it
gotta
takes
see it.
takes some weird twists and turns, and I mean weird.
Yeah. I
yeah,
bet.
and
yeah.
I think that was probably that's probably my favorite Shyamalan. That one, and then honestly, Unbreakable holds up pretty great too.
Unbreakable.
That was the most Samuel
yeah,
Jackson,
yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Unbreakable's good. Unbreakable's good.
Yeah, they filmed that apparently at a real famous like comic book place in Philly.
Yeah, I worked there, or I didn't work there, but I filmed there.
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
did
what I
events
thought.
there.
That's
Yeah,
right, that's
yeah,
right.
Ontario Street
I
Comics.
thought I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, that's like that was the whole big appeal when we were. I was working in Philly a lot. We partnered up with the Ontario Street Comics, and especially because it was like known for that scene, and like when you go in there, it's like you can see the comic that the guy, or that Samuel Jackson held, and like you can see where they filmed it and everything like that. It's like it's advertised there pretty well. But when we released our comic books for Strange Films, we partnered up with them to have variants of it, and we did an event there. And I've been there quite a few times. And the captain is the comic book owner, and he's really cool. Yeah, man, it's a really really cool shop. Really
Sweet.
cool shop.
That looks cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, there's like a few stories, isn't it? Is it like
For Unbreakable.
yeah, or like what that comic book place? I was trying to remember what the layout was like for the movie.
Oh no, it's one
That's
big
one building.
building,
Gotcha,
but
gotcha.
like it's pretty big. Like it's a pretty big building. Yeah, it's just like a really old school looking comic shop.
Yeah.
It's like that smell when you walk in there. It's like old school comics.
Dude,
It's so good.
there's nothing like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't
love
beat that.
that.
That's great, man. Right on, man.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan. And then, so what's the big thing you've watched this past week?
Yeah. So I only watched one other movie. Still trying to catch up on movies and stuff, but we did watch one and revisited Alex Garland's Ex-Machina.
Man,
Yeah.
masterpiece.
Yeah, really,
Love that movie.
really great film. I watched for some reason. I thought that movie came out like 2010 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I could have sworn I watched it when I was only like 18, 19, 20 years old or something like that. Like 2012, I thought maybe. But so it was 2015. And I was like, so I watched this like not too long ago, but it's been a long time. And I'm really curious about Alex Garland's filmography because I really want to watch Civil War.
Me too.
And he's doing the Elden Ring movie coming out too, and I think he did something else.
Yeah, he did one called Men, and I think he did one called Annihilation.
Oh yeah, so
Those
I
are-
want to see those also.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Annihilation and Men. Yeah, I remember Men was pretty great. I need to
Yeah.
rewatch both of them.
But
really,
so Ex Machina, yeah, great film, man. There's a lot to unpack with that
Dude,
movie.
it's a lot.
Like the biggest thing I was already like right off the bat was essentially how kind of like before AI is like AI now, like he wrote this with AI like as this kind of really scary figure, and all that stuff is like so prominent now. It's kind of scary and surreal to be like, oh, he's a little ahead of his time on like right on the nose with all this
he
stuff.
really was.
Yeah, and which I know AI technically has probably been around for a long time, but
Yeah.
but the way that it's all kind of broken down in the movie, like, and explained, is things that we're dealing with today, and ideologies that are going to be more and more scary in the future, because I mean, we've already seen like robots, like humanoid robots that they're building with AI in it right now, on the internet and stuff like that. Like they're displaying these humanoid robots doing full presentations, or like doing choreography and all these like crazy things. Like, AI is exploding right now in every device,
and they're taking the role of humans almost.
Yeah, and so like that is a really scary place to be, and kind of see it happening in this movie, like what's going on. And one of the other biggest things is it's a weird. I think the whole thing makes you kind of question a lot of morality choices and manipulation choices, and what's the difference between human and AI and things like that. But Oscar Isaac is really unsettling.
Seriously, yeah, he's intense in that movie.
Very, very intense. And I was thinking, I think that was like my first movie that I saw Oscar Isaac in, or at least that I was aware of him.
Yeah, he's a great one.
Yeah, and he was really, really good in that film. But very particularly unsettling.
Yeah, agreed.
But the thing is, by the end of the movie, I think you kind of realize I mean, he is unsettling. He has some sinister stuff going on with the AI stuff, but like when it comes to the dude coming out to his place, I think he really just wanted him to come out to his place and hang out with him and show him all these things and put him through this test, of course. But I think he was the helicopter did come at the end. Like, it was going to pick him up, and take him back out. So I think he really was kind of looking for just a friend to hang out with. Like, he was just kind of partying the whole time.
Yeah,
he was. He was so nonchalant.
I know.
He just seemed like he just wanted a buddy to
he's just
hang
unpredictable.
Out with.
Yeah, he's complex.
But
it
was very kind of unnerve-wracking. It was a very nerve-wracking to see how he did everything. And he was just he was terrifying, just not really knowing what was going to happen with him or what he was going to say, and then seeing all the stuff that was being revealed through the AI. That was pretty scary too. So I just thought he did a great job, and then the whole thing, the ending is kind of it's fucked. It's like, oh god, it's like, yeah, that sucks. I feel so bad for the dude that comes out there.
I know.
Yeah, he really just gets the shit end of the stick, man.
It's fucked, man.
Because not only he's getting tested through Oscar Isaac. He's presented a test, but it's really another test. At the same time, the AI was testing him too, and really, he got duped. He got duped by everyone, and he gets just stuck there. He gets stuck in that room, dude, and she just totally leaves and goes into the real world, and it's just like, ooh, that's how the AI revolution begins.
Yep.
Because that AI can start probably creating other AIs and other, she looks like a human now, and it's just like that. It's pretty disturbing, man.
It is
very,
disturbing.
very modern time. I was made 10 years ago or 11 years ago now, but man, it's very fitting to today's
relevant.
world.
Yeah, that is relevant. Yeah, AI kind of just taking over the world, just doing things
very
that humans
scary.
do. They're taking over the role of humans.
Yeah. How do you feel about AI?
It's kind of intimidating me,
Yeah.
honestly. I think it's more scary than exciting. I know there's benefits, but I don't know, man. It's a little scary that they're taking over the human race that much. I've always been pretty intimidated by the thought of AI.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a villain to the human
Yeah.
race.
I mean,
they could eliminate the human race, honestly.
I think if they got in a position somehow, I'm sure. AI is I do like the idea of there's certain AI tools that can help, people, creators, and the real world scenarios and things like that. But I think it's just so out of hand, and now that it's as common as going on TikTok or Instagram, and you're scrolling, you're watching a video, and it looks so real, but it's actually AI.
Yeah.
And you're just that's kind of scary.
It is scary.
AI is literally self-generating images and videos of that looks so real. It's kind of really scary.
Yeah.
And dude, there's this recently they discovered that there's this whole social media platform made AI created, and that only AI robots or AI Intel is on there, and that they're just talking shit about humans, and their AI is chatting with each other, talking shit about humans, and talking about how humans don't need to be a part of their existence.
Dude, that's unsettling.
Isn't that
unsettling,
so unsettling,
bro?
It's
they're gonna terminate us.
Yeah, humans didn't create AI created their own social media platform and has over like 1 million users that are all AI. And they're all AI are having conversations with each other.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, it's very intimidating.
That's very
that stuff is wild.
That is wildly scary.
That's why I'm like,
that's gonna take over the human race, dude.
That's why I don't want any technology in the house that has like an AI like a user that like will communicate with you and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it.
I don't either.
I don't want to mess with it.
Nope.
I don't want some vacuum that can talk to me and do this thing because I don't trust it.
That just bothers me too much. I can't explain it.
I don't
like
get
maybe
it, yeah.
maybe like at that point I'm like, just call me old school, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, call me old fashioned, but I don't want it.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
There's something
It's pretty
I
intimidating.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these movies that explore this topic kind of generally painted in a negative light. Generally, like that.
Yeah.
Like, Doesn't Want a Space Odyssey was another one. Like they were,
Yeah.
I was kind of painting.
Well,
it like,
James Cameron with Terminator.
That's right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I think he literally was
Literally.
quoted recently saying like, "I tried telling you guys, like, like I think he sees it coming. Like, I think a lot of people are like,
You're
seeing
prophetic.
It coming. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like they could turn into killing machines on us.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Way better movies too.
Yeah, isn't that kind of wild?
That's weird,
to think,
man.
Like, let's just say, for example, there is like a piece of machinery that could do, a piece of machinery that basically had like a computer chip in it that made it operate, but if you put an AI program in it that could do all kinds of things and put it in that machinery, then the machinery could come to life based off the AI model and could do harm.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
That's scary.
So it's like, I don't know. I know there's a lot more that we don't even know about.
I know.
When it comes to AI.
They just feel like AI is just going to spy on humanity and just figure out our weakest roots and I don't
I'm
terminate
pretty sure
it.
they're trying to pass like a law right now or something like that. They're trying to pass something with like cars. Any new model cars has to have an AI program built into it. So that's basically just spying on you 24/7. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
God, that's so uncomfortable, dude.
Isn't it?
Nobody's ever alone anymore,
Yeah,
dude. You are
I
always
know.
being watched some way.
It's wild,
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no such thing as privacy. Maybe that's the old fashioned. I'm like, maybe. I just appreciate a time when people can just get damn privacy, dude.
Yeah. I know. Can I get some privacy?
Everyone needs privacy, dude. Everyone needs it.
It's crazy.
Everyone needs some privacy.
God.
Being
So-
stalked like that 24/7.
So yeah, that movie really kind of shook me a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
like,
It gets under your
I don't
skin.
wanna,
That movie does feel
yeah.
like weirdly unsettling. That's almost one I don't want to revisit much for that reason. 'Cause I think I'm like, that does unsettle me in a unique sort of
it's
extent.
very, very unsettling.
Yeah.
And it's so minimal too. It's
It
just, you're
is.
stuck in that. Which that was one thing me and Wendy kept talking about. Like, he's like getting, like he gets flown out to like this private island. It's like 2 hours of helicopter ride and then a secret underground bunker, and all this stuff. And like everything looks like stainless steel. And he goes into a room with no windows and things like that. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I would want to stay there. I'd be
Hell
like,
no.
this is terrifying.
No
Like,
way.
This looks like a murder is about to happen.
Yeah.
This looks like some bad shit's gonna happen.
Seriously, it just
You can't
looks
just leave.
off.
You can't just leave either.
You're
it's
really
like-
stuck there. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly, almost the entire movie was set there.
it was all in there.
pretty much
yeah.
all there, yeah.
The opening is like literally not even like, it's like a minute long where he's just at work and it's not even any dialogue. It's just like you visually see that he's getting like people are congratulating him because he gets a message saying you won, and then like next thing you know he's on a helicopter ride. And it's like it's very quick, great setup just to get there, but the whole movie is set in like this little bunker in this area. Very minimal, but yeah, it kind of got under my skin a little bit last night.
with
yeah.
you, dude. Yeah,
Mhm.
I could see how, man. That's
So-
that's unsettling subject matter.
Pretty wild stuff.
That's crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, that's a good. I'd be going to go back and revisit. I need to go through that guy's filmography some more.
Yeah, I really want to go through his filmography. Civil War was on HBO as well, and I was like, I kind of want to watch that now.
Definitely
So,
need to see that one.
but I really want to. I'm curious because I know the biggest thing he's got coming out is Elden Ring, which is a
right.
video game adaptation,
Seriously.
and I know people are really curious. That's a game I want to play.
Seriously.
I know it's a lot to take on.
Yeah,
but,
I know. I've been very intimidated by it, but I really
yeah,
want to.
yeah,
I know.
so-
I picked up like Dark Souls recently. I was like, God, that like
Dark Souls brutal.
intimidated me, bro.
Yeah.
That's just like, wow, this is just next level difficult. I'm just gonna have to work my way up to some of those really difficult games. Just I kind of got to
Yeah.
go at my own leisure pace.
I
with
know.
all that.
Yeah.
Gaming just takes a lot of time, and man, and like we talked about this before, but it's like I feel like it's just like it's almost tough to just play like 30 minutes to an hour of a game a day. I feel
Yeah.
like you almost need like a couple hours.
You do.
when you have a gaming session. So I've almost made it more of a weekend thing. I almost need the day off almost to really seriously give the game my fullest.
I agree. Yeah. That's where I'm at, man.
Not be distracted by all these other things,
Mm-hmm.
all these callings and all that. Yeah, that's a great. I'm really excited to get your take on Annihilation. That was Alex Garland's follow-up to Ex-Machina.
Okay.
I think that was very much influenced by the movie Stalker, which I can't really remember how much we talked about that movie on here. But it was Andrei Tarkovsky, the Russian director. But but basically, bottom line is Annihilation is just kind of like going to this like kind of like alternate sort of universe, you could say, that's kind of possessed by aliens in a way.
Okay.
And it stars Natalie Portman.
I was about to say Natalie Portman.
Yeah, she's a great lead in that.
Yeah, for some reason I always get that movie confused with Arrival.
Yeah, I can see how.
Yeah,
pretty
but
similar type of movies.
I think they both came out kind of same, almost
around
around
the same time.
very similar times.
Yeah, around late 2010s range. Dude, have you seen Arrival yet?
No,
we
just talked about that one.
We did talk about it. I remember that now. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the great stuff. But yeah, unless there's anything else, I guess I'll go through my list here of everything I've seen.
Yeah, we got a few minutes here left. So.
Right on, man. Well, I saw, and I'm actually in the middle of rewatching this again, but I revisited a movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it was made in the mid-'70s, directed by this Australian director named Nicholas Roeg. He did like a lot of random kind of big stuff throughout the '70s. Like Don't Look Now was a big horror movie. Walkabout was just kind of weird sort of atmospheric piece about getting lost in a desert. But this one's Man Who Fell to Earth. It stars David Bowie as a lead character. Basically just literally an alien who falls into Earth, and it's like just kind of a story of just this guy just really feeling like detached from everything to a real hyper extent. And then kind of just gets almost corrupted by the world as the story goes, you could say. It's just kind of a weird 2.5-hour movie just all about that. Pretty experimental. And it actually kind of conveyed David Bowie when he was like really at his old time, like kind of most surreal thing ever. He was kind of at a low point personally, but it was kind of his best artistic point. So I guess that kind of balances everything out. He even had an album called Low, like kind of implying, because he was just like totally, he was like so addicted to like so many things that he just couldn't even remember who he was anymore.
Oh, wow.
He couldn't remember making any albums or anything.
Huh.
Yeah, and literally this movie was like made right in that phase. I think it was called like a Thin White Duke era, where he was like kind of turning into he was seeing himself kind of turn into a bad guy almost. He felt like just detached himself from everything, just detached from reality to an extreme. Like this movie's just kind of all about that, really. Just the rock star just feeling like alienated from the world all around them, you know, just kind of living in their own sort of just their own tormented genius almost. But it's a great movie. I don't know, atmospheric as it gets, really. And it's weird. It's kind of got like a weird, playful kind of way about it. But I love this movie, dude. There's something kind of addictive to me about the atmosphere all around.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love seeing David Bowie as a lead. I think it's just he's an interesting guy.
I don't really know much about David Bowie. I never really listened to him either.
Strange guy. I've had so many phases where I was like obsessed with Bowie. It's been a while since I've listened to him, but I think he almost represents like, I guess, something about like a spark of confidence. He has a real unique confidence about him I really enjoy. Like I like the way he carries himself a lot, and he would change like big time on every album. That's almost what he was famous for, just how different he would be on every single album he made. His '70s run is really recommended. It's like he kind of started off as like a glam rocker, but then it's like he just got really experimental and almost foreshadowed a lot of 1980s elements, you could say. He was very much a pioneer of the 1980s aesthetic value. And he was just kind of his own sort of genius. I heard he just an interesting person all around. Yeah. Like he could play, I think, I think he could technically play over 500 instruments. Like he was like a whole fucking wizard, dude. Yeah,
there's 500 instruments.
I know, right? I mean, dude, a lot of them I haven't even heard of most of these. He was just very worldly about it in a lot of ways. Interesting guy. Yeah, he was just an interesting musician, and he just very influential to a lot of things in really subtle ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool to see that movie. I'm kind of rewatching it again now. I just get a lot of entertainment value out of it. And I genuinely can't remember how much I've talked about director Brian De Palma on here. I can't remember if I recently geeked out.
I think we just talked about him not too long ago.
I feel like we might have. I sincerely can't remember which ones we talked about.
What's that movie? It was the 2 or 3 women.
3 women. Oh, that's Robert Altman. Pretty similar director. Yeah.
Brian De Palma.
Yeah, Brian. He did like Scarface, Carrie.
Yeah.
Blowout.
Yes.
Carlito's Way.
Yes, exactly. Because we were talking about him at some point. But yeah, we did talk about Scarface. We did talk about Carrie. Yeah, we talked about some of him.
Right on. Yeah, I rewatched the movie Blowout, and I think that or Scarface or Carlito's Way. Those are all kind of my favorite ones he did. Yeah. Blowout's a great movie. Yeah, I've talked about that. I actually remember that now.
I remember. Yeah, but Brian De Palma and Robert. What did you just
Robert
say?
Altman.
Robert Altman. Those two.
Pretty similar kinds of directors.
Yeah, those 2 directors have been in my mind lately because I've been wanting to watch some of their movies.
Dude,
so.
that's what's up, dude. Yeah. Some of the best. They just conveying they have like a gritty 70s aesthetic to them, both of them in their own ways. Like a little different from each other. I'd say Brian De Palma was a little bit more intense, and Altman's almost more laid back. He was very, very similar to Paul Thomas Anderson. I would say, but more of a 70s take on that. I'd say Brian De Palma was a little bit more of an intense kind of director with his almost more of a Scorsese type in his own kind of way.
Right on.
Yeah, dude. I've covered all that. Oh yeah, and then a real big one I want to talk about is I finally saw Richard Linklater's Bad News Bears for the very first time.
Yeah.
Bro, I loved every frame of it.
That's cool,
I loved it. I know that's like a movie. It wasn't not that popular, not that rave generally, but I think it's just because it feels a lot like that School of Rock kind of enthusiasm, where it's just like kind of like this coach who really feels like an asshole at first, just kind of just trying to coach these kids. And I thought Linklater's sentimentality was way better for this story than how I remember the original being. Given I need to rewatch the original, but I loved it. I thought it was just hilarious from start to finish. Simply put, I think I was just laughing. I was laughing nonstop when watching it, dude.
Good.
Like there were so many great just character interactions. I mean, I think there's just something about like just bratty kids. I think it's like this shit feels more funny than ever with age. Right. There's something really funny about just the bratty environment all around, and just watching a coach who just borderline feels kind of creepy and out of place here, but he ultimately is not a creep. Like, but he really feels that way. There's even a lot of jokes about him seeming real creepy, like School of Rock has. Just, but it just breaks the ice. And okay, ultimately he sincerely does care about being a good coach, and he's actually trying to do his thing ultimately. But it doesn't really take itself seriously about it either. Like it still feels like it's really goofy and funny all the time. I loved it, man. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that. I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to hold up.
I know, and it may not hold up for a lot of people, so it's not one of those movies I'd recommend to just anyone. But personally, me, man, I thought I had all the notes I was looking for out of it.
All right.
I think Linklater is just the perfect guy to be making those kind of like movies that are like kind of like. Yeah, like you got an adult just leading a bunch of children, but it's like a lot of directors can make. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's really tough to get that right. Like Linklater actually just really knows how to do it right. Like he makes it perfectly sentimental. He knows when there should be crude humor. Like he just kind of balances all out to just. I don't know. That was a great movie. I'm thinking about it every day now.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton is just. I think he's an awesome one. I really love his influence an awful lot.
Yeah. He's a good one.
Yeah, kind of like the mentally insane, crazy, but yet he's like all like there's something to him all the same. That's like you also need him. You need a guy like him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I gotta try to find that one and watch it.
I strongly recommend it.
Yeah. Especially after seeing School of Rock again.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. Given School of Rock, I think it's because that's been in my life for so long. That's still my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I really wish I saw this when I was a kid, man. I'm so mad at myself for not, because I remember even seeing it advertised.
Yeah.
I know. I would have loved this movie growing up. So
School of Rock came out first.
Yeah, School of Rock was 2003.
Yeah,
this was 2005.
Yeah.
Same range though. This is literally a follow-up movie.
Okay, so that spirit's still probably there. Then,
yeah, exactly. I loved it personally. I simply had a wonderful time with it.
Okay.
I could easily rewatch it over and over again.
No, it's good to hear. That's really good to hear.
I really recommend it.
Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears. And I'll have to go back and rewatch the original and see how that lands now. That still seems like an awkward taste to me somehow, some way, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, it probably was.
I was watching this coach just be like kind of
dry and serious.
Yeah, it's more dry and serious. Yeah, it almost is just like, all right, he's just an abusive prick. It almost doesn't give me a joke about it. Almost is what it feels like. But Linklater just felt like, okay, he could just kind of make the whole thing feel like a farce and kind of ridiculous.
Right.
I thought that was just the way it needed to be. And then I was curious what your take is on the director Spike Jonze, if you're familiar with him.
We watched some movies.
Adaptation, Her, Being John Malkovich.
Okay, so the only thing I've watched about Adaptation, you and Wendy watched it.
That's right.
And I watched like pieces of it.
I rewatched it again the other day.
I need to watch that all the way through. From what I watched, I liked it.
Dude, it's a masterpiece.
Her.
That's his best one.
That was really good. Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yep,
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I need to rewatch that one.
That's a great movie, man.
Saw it when it came out, I think.
Like technically speaking, maybe it's a little dated next to stuff like Ex-Machina and Blade Runner 2049, but I still give it credit for just being really entertaining. And it's kind of got a warmth about it, even though it's kind of like a little bit. There's a sadness to it also.
Yes.
Yeah, literally just a guy falling in love with his computer, and he kind of just gets into a romance with her, and it's pretty great movie. It's got a great aesthetic value to it.
Yeah,
it's really colorful and it feels kind of futuristic.
Colorful.
Yeah, kind of like a less chaotic Joaquin Phoenix role. He's just kind of more of like just feels like a very depressed kind of person.
Yeah,
he just kind of finds himself into this.
I've never seen Being John Malkovich.
Recommended, dude. Oh, I thought you would love that one. That's a great scenario. It's like it's really far fetched. I mean, it's literally just about John Cusack and a few other people going into an office, and they just find this secret floor that literally puts as a portal that puts you right into the head of John Malkovich. It's weird. Isn't that weird? It's just so fucking weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's literally so weird. And that's how he feels about it. It's like John Malkovich starts finding out, like they start finding out they can like control his head and everything, and he just starts like flipping out, going crazy. And then these people are just just getting obsessed with the fact they can do this. It just starts driving everyone crazy. It's a really dark kind of satire. Ultimately,
that's so weird.
It's a weird premise. Yeah, not just it just sounds like a weird premise. Yeah, it's as weird as it sounds. It actually happens just like that. Yeah. Yeah, he starts finding out, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah. And it just escalates from there.
That's funny.
Crazy one. But Adaptation's the one I'd recommend the most. That's just a perfectly written movie, and it's just Nicolas Cage just playing literally two shades of himself. Just he's like a really tormented kind of screenwriter. Just a lot of self-esteem issues all around, but he just kind of gets around. And one of my favorite characters is Brian Cox, who's like this professor. Just kind of he's just a great mentor figure for him all around. A guiding force for him. He's like an author of a book and everything. I'd really recommend. I think you would actually really, really love this movie. I think it would mean a lot to you if you saw it.
Yeah, I remember watching like the ending of it. I woke up from a nap or something. Like I was like sleeping on the couch, and you guys were watching it. I woke up from the nap.
I remember that actually. Now that you mentioned it. Yeah, I've seen that one only more recently. That's like been a more recent favorite of mine.
Okay.
But man, that's like probably my top 100 if I made a list. I think it's just a really important movie on every sense of the word. I've seriously got like a lot of educational value out of it. Outside of just the fact it's very entertaining, very surreal. So there's that one, and then and I'm sure I've not brought up this director, this Italian director Luchino Visconti.
No.
Yeah, he was from the 60s mostly. But I rewatched one called The Leopard. That was just a visual stunning masterpiece. Just kind of a rise and fall story, just set in like the 1860s.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love that one visually an awful lot. Has this classic actor Burt Lancaster. He's a great actor all around. It kind of made me think of another movie he did in the 60s. There was that one, and then have you ever heard of a movie called The Swimmer?
Mm-mm.
That's a great movie. That's a really weird one. That was made in the late 60s, but really ahead of its time. Basically, just this guy just kind of reminiscing on a bunch of ex-girlfriends he's had. So he just kind of goes to a bunch of houses, and he just has this weird ability to where he can get into the pool and literally like almost like literally like a Donkey Kong 64 deal where he just gets into it and it just transfers him to another house basically.
What the fuck?
It's just fucking weird. Yeah, fucking weird shit, man.
Okay.
Movies are weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's as weird as it sounds, but then just the way you see them execute it, it's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, there's that one. But yeah, back on that director though, Luchino Visconti. Yeah, he did The Leopard, and then he also did one called Rocco and His Brothers back in the early '60s. That's also like a kind of like a weirdly kind of tragic movie. It's like 3 hours long, and it's just like I guess he likes rise and fall stories a lot. Yeah, it's just kind of the rise and fall of you really get close to these brothers, then there's like this weird kind of downfall as it gets into the final act. And man, it just gets weird. It gets kind of depressing too, and it's very depressing in its own kind of right.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets like the tragedy down. And there's one called Death in Venice. That's about a guy just going on an island who's just kind of just living in self-defeat just because he's just like totally obsessed with an underage person and everything. Like weird shit, man. Huh. Yeah. But it's like kind of just told like a drama basically, like a really depressing kind of drama. But man, it's a really great movie though, all the same. I think I mostly like it for the visual quality. Like there's just the visual tone to it. It's really got a great aesthetic value. Yeah, there's that one. Yeah, and I'll rewatch All That Jazz again. That's one of my all-time. I'm sure I've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
That's one of my.
I am curious about that one now.
That's one of my all-time favorites, and that's generally someone I want to learn more about. Bob Fosse, the director of that movie. I think he was like a big time he was just living it up huge in the 70s, and he died young from it. He ended up making 3 big movies out of it. There was Cabaret, that was a big musical, pretty popular in the early 70s. Then there was Lenny, that was a biopic on a comedian named Lenny Bruce, and he was forward because he kind of was one of the first comedians to really bring like raunchy humor out on the stage, and yeah, it really pissed people off a lot of the time. And then it's like, well, it turned out he held up really. He was just ahead of his time. Kind of guy. He really paved the way for like guys like Richard Pryor and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's a great one. But then All That Jazz is my favorite because apparently the director really based that movie on himself. Like I think the 70s was like a time where a lot of artists wanted to be self-confessional about like their darkest qualities. It's almost like he wanted to like kind of portray like I'm not a great man, but I'm just a man. Like I'm like he like kind of just is just struggling the balance between like being a perfectionist artist, like running a family, and just being very addictive person all around.
Right.
Like he just in the whole movie is just kind of how he's just it's really dark. I think I just realized it's a really dark and sad movie. Just seeing him, Roy Scheider just get really really corrupted by a lot of these forces and along the way. There's a lot of music that the music almost feels very stagey and almost a little bit sarcastic in tone a little bit, but it's just like you're kind of like in a figment of his subconscious, you could say, as he's kind of fading while all this is going on. Like he's like in a hospital in a lot of the movie and stuff like that, just hallucinating all these things.
Oh shit!
Yeah, pretty dark movie. Huh. Yeah, it's like it's probably by far like grittiest musical ever made. I think it's just different than any other musical. It's like most of them usually have an airiness about it or a lightheartedness. This one's just really dark and sarcastic and it really feels like gritty 1970s filmmaking.
Okay, yeah, I gotta watch that one,
dude. I really recommend that one big time. Yeah, but then let's see what else. I ended up watching one called Nobody Knows. That was by director Hirokazu Koreeda, and I'm trying to remember if we watched anything by him. Did we ever watch a movie called Monster? Or have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Right on. Well, he made a bunch of he's a Japanese director. He's made a bunch of masterpieces, and I really like Nobody Knows a lot. That one's just kind of about just a character who lives in a small apartment, just kind of trying to figure out just how to be independent, basically. Just kind of a bunch of just scenarios, just kind of throw curveballs at him, just kind of challenge him, make him insecure, basically. Just kind of like just trying to manage, just kind of being alone in his family, you could say, in a lot of ways. He's just made a lot of great dramas all around.
Okay.
Yeah, I rewatched that one recently, and I love the way it was written, just the way everything was depicted and directed. But the one that I think really stands out as my favorite of his is probably Monster. That was a movie he made in 2023. Just basically just about children, just kind of in a bad middle school environment, just kind of trying to figure out their own way, basically. It's a really powerful movie. Like, one of the most well written movies I think of this decade so far that I've seen.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a big one to check out. Let's see what else have I rewatched recently. I know I hate to talk about this artist sometimes, but Roman Polanski's The Pianist.
Oh yeah.
God damn it! I have to say how this is a masterpiece.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you heard of that movie?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
one.
he did that one in the early 2000s, and I rewatched that last night. And I'm like, this movie is extremely powerful.
Is that Adrian Brody?
Yep, Adrian Brody. He leads it, and yeah, basically it's just based on a true story.
I didn't know he made that, Roman Polanski.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, it's usually not advertised that he made that one, but it is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And the way it's made, it's just kind of a guy just getting out in the Holocaust, and basically just literally his whole family is just getting evacuated and everything. He's just like just running on survival instinct. Just Adrian Brody just kind of just living in all these abandoned buildings all by himself. Basically, it's really heartbreaking, man. It's so visceral the way it's directed, and has like a real intense kind of suspense value about it too. That damn it just really holds up in every sense of the word for what it's going for. It feels really lonely.
Yeah.
It feels really off.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend that just for the atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's got a rich atmosphere about it. Like it kind of feels like a visceral thriller almost.
Mm-hmm. He won like an Oscar or something.
Yeah, he won an Oscar. And I think Polanski won best Oscar, but he couldn't go since he's not allowed to be in America. He'd get arrested if he stepped in. So it's
major yikes.
Yeah, major awkward.
Yeah.
It's just as awkward as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's always a point where all right, his movies are so damn good too, though. So
wow, that's crazy.
that's confusing.
See, did he die?
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive?
I can't believe it. Yeah.
Wow.
There's some bastards out there. It's like, how the hell have they lived to 90? How have they lived this far?
Yeah.
Same with like Cosby and stuff. Like, how the hell do they live this long, dude? Like, how are they not dead by now from I don't know, just the guilt of how do they not have a heart attack from out of guilt or something?
Oh my goodness.
I just don't get it, man.
Huh.
How the hell, man? Yeah. Then I ended up rewatching one called A Hidden Life. I forget if I've talked much about that one by Terrence Malick. That's a great movie. That was also kind of set in like the 40s, just kind of a guy just lives in simplicity. The main actor is August Deal. He's the man in that movie.
All right.
Basically, just living in simplicity out in the mountains with his wife, and then he just gets basically pulled into a Nazi concentration camp in the second act. So it just gets dark, just basically having to deal with some tough shit, and he kind of just looks tough doing all of it, really.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that was made pretty recently, 2019, but that's probably one of my favorite Terrence Malick movies. It's a very kind of more down to earth and stuff like The Tree of Life. It kind of feels like his more down to earth shades are kind of back in this one. I really loved it for that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man, that's a great one to check out.
Yeah.
And I could go down some more. How are we?
Yeah, we're probably on time, 120.
Yeah, probably call it out there if you want.
Yeah, buddy. That sounds good. Yeah,
man.
hey, always good recommendations, man. Always
man.
You are the movie guru, I always say.
Man,
the encyclopedia that I'm like, damn, I did not know there was all these movies out there. Mm-hmm.
That's great to geek out, man. It's great
Yeah,
to hear someone who cares that much, man. Yeah, because that's the thing. I'm always thinking about new stuff. So.
Yeah, for sure.
It's great to geek out, man.
Right on. Yeah, well, that'll do it then. And,
right on.
Yeah, we might I'll have to try to catch up on some extra stuff this coming week and whatnot. So we're about 2 weeks away from filming our next big sequence.
I cannot wait.
Got some stuff coming up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave us a review, and thanks for hanging out with us on Instagram. We appreciate it.
Always. Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next time.
Until next time.